In 2020, the killings of several black people created a national movement around racial injustice. Now a group of scholars at Indiana University is hoping to further that conversation with a new interactive exhibit that looks at the racial wealth gap. As Kayan Tara explains, a digital timeline shows how racism over the past 200 years has led to income disparities that still persist today.
The Land Wealth Liberation digital resource created by Indiana University Libraries details experiences of African Americans in both acquiring and losing land in communities obtained and created to achieve economic independence. IU librarian Willa Liebert Tavernier conceived of the collection. She wants the digital resource to provide people with verified scholarly and primary sources.
It explores a lot of not only how these communities were established, but the various ways in which they were eventually destroyed, some by outright violence, some by government policy, some by infrastructure projects.
Tavernier says the collection also has an Indiana spotlight, noting the history of ownership and destruction of African American communities in the state. This digital collection shows the breadth and depth of U.S. history, says Deloise Holliday, the multicultural outreach librarian for university libraries and the head of the Neil Marshall Black Cultural Center Library.
We all ought to be very aware of where we live, which is the United States of America, and look at the people of the United States and read their histories and learn their histories.
The collection is a collaboration among the Scholarly Communication Department, the Neil Marshall Black Cultural Center Library, the Lilly Library, and the Education Library here at Indiana University. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Kayan Tara.
Now, according to Pew Research, more than 60% of Americans say there is too much income inequality. Regardless, it has persisted and even increased. The difference in household incomes between black and white Americans is now up to about $33,000.